From Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Balls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new Click and Collect service. Just tap to order items online, and it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and Collect. Try it today.
Hey Horry and Mocko, can we have some tips?
Mocker, I reckon even you could turn this fella square.
I reckon, boys, we hold that lemon just down the seam. If you get your technique right, we'll get that to swing. We'll bend it like a banana. Good, good.
Balls Masters like to say thanks to the Brisbane markets for supporting us so that we can run events like the Balls Masters Youth Cup.
The Brisbane markets support all our local farmers, so make a better choice and get all your fruit and veg from your local fruit shop.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick and the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast.
Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Balls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new click and collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and collect. Try it today.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome here to day 2 of the Bulls Masters Under-16 Youth Cup here in Bundaberg at Salter Oval. Got a Pool A game happening right now on your screens between the North Queensland Monsoons and the Sunshine Coast Scorchers. And with me in commentary is Bulls Masters mentor for the North Queensland Monsoons, Luke Feldman. How you going, Luke?
Yeah, good. Good, thank you. Good morning.
Nice day for it out here. We're
How's that?
Early appeal.
Not interested, the umpire?
No, not interested at all. Good shout there. Yeah, umpires for today's match. Noel Crane from Maryborough, who is currently at the bowler's end, and Dudley Graham from Bundaberg. In for a great day's cricket. Should be a great week of cricket. We've got fantastic weather on board for the whole week. We're looking at a maximum of 29 degrees here today in Bundaberg for this 50 over match. Oh, squeeze through between point and gully out to the boundary. Nice little bit of combination fielding out there, and the batsmen stroll back for 2 runs. Boys in the warm-up this morning, the Monsoons, they were very keen.
Yeah, they got into Bundaberg yesterday afternoon around 4 o'clock, had a good night, had a good feed. Then, yeah, up this morning they were very eager in their warm-up, so see if they get the nerves out.
Well, Sunshine Coast boys, they won the toss and they've elected to bat, and they're backing up from their T20 win here last night on, it was buys.
Yeah.
T20 win here last night over the Darling Downs Southwest Queensland Suns. It was quite a convincing win in the end. So they'll be fairly pumped, but they've had the quick turnaround. They drew the short straw, so they would have got back to the motel probably around 9:30ish last night. Lofted over the forward square leg fielder there out towards the Tackle Van Street boundary side of Salter Oval. Timed it quite nicely.
Three runs. It's at 7 off the first over.
So opening the batting for the Sunshine Coast scorers in shirt number 9, Alex Lee from the Caloundra Cricket Club, and Jamie Diggles in shirt number 2 from the Glasshouse Cricket Club. And the opening bowler, Jeremy Harding from Wanderers up there in Townsville. Over number 1, done and dusted, none for 5. And Scorchers away to a reasonable start there, none for 7. Yeah, Scorchers had a mighty win last night, Luke. They batted quite well. They ended up with 133 runs off their 20 overs, and then they just completely decimated Darling Downs. The result was more or less a foregone conclusion by halfway through the innings.
Yeah, Bulls Masters mentor for the Scorchers is Ben Lachlan. When he got back to the rooms last night, he was very happy with his team's performance.
Yes, he was fairly pumped, particularly with the bowling of, I think it was Jared Jackson.
Yeah, number 10.
Number 10, picked up a fifer.
Yeah, he said that the Scorchers team are pretty tight-knit. They've been playing in the Lord Taverners competition, so they've been playing together for a while. That's out. Bowled him.
Gone.
You beauty.
And that's a great start for the North Queensland Monsoons.
It's Kai.
Just what they
Kai
wanted.
Adami with the Yorker. Yeah, good.
2 Adamis in the side. Have you, can you tell the difference between the twins?
Yeah.
Their numbers.
Yeah, their numbers. That's about it. No, well, like I said, I only met the boys this morning. I'm looking forward to getting to know them all over the next 4 days.
Here's a replay. Full delivery.
Oh, he's played on.
He's played it on. Little inside edge. Looks the bat. And it trundles off. Obviously disappointed, does Alex Lee.
Just reach for it there. Doesn't look like his feet moved at all. Just early in his innings. Just reached out for it. Oh, yeah, it was a little step towards the ball, but not all the way across. Inside edge of the bat onto the stumps. Thanks for coming.
Now, new batsman to the crease for the Scorchers, Riley Jobson. He was very impressive last night. 79, 80 he scored. Sorry, don't have those stats directly in front of me at the moment, but he was
80 runs out of the 130.
Yes, he obviously was the mainstay of the innings, batted very sensibly, ran really well between wickets, and he's got a bit of power behind his shots there too. So for the Monsoons, he will be a very, very key wicket. So just running through the fielding restrictions here, as we do for the domestic one-dayers. For overs number 1 to 10, the fielding side is allowed to have 2 players outside the fielding circle. Then for overs number 11 to 40, they can have up to 4 players outside the fielding circle if they choose to. And then for the final 10 overs 41 to 50, they can have 5 players outside the fielding circle if they choose to. Nice shot through mid-wicket. Jobson gets off the mark with a single.
Bowling really full, Kai. Just like to see him drag that length back and hone into the top of those stumps.
So the other games going on around the Salter Oval Complex today. On field 2, Mackay Whitsunday up against the South East Queensland Stormers. South East Queensland Stormers won the toss and they chose to bat.
Oh, yeah.
Nice delivery. On field 3, the Far North Fusion up against the Wide Bay Flames. Wide Bay Flames won the toss. They elected to bat. And over on field 4, the CQ Seamers up against the Darling Downs Suns. Darling Downs Suns, they won the toss and they elected to bat. So a little bit of a theme here this morning for all teams that won the toss. Wide delivery, signalled by umpire Dudley Graham from here in Bundaberg. So prior to coming up here, Luke, did you get to have much contact with any of these guys or the coaching staff, or it's pretty much thrown to the wolves?
No, pretty much thrown to the wolves. That's a good ball there as well. But looking forward to it. I've actually did a Bulls Masters coaching clinic up in Townsville maybe 2 or 3 months ago with Michael Kasperwitz and Charlie Hemfrey. So a couple of the guys playing today came to that clinic, so I know the especially that opening bowler Jeremy, he came, so we did a bit of work with him up there. So interesting to see if he put into practice any of the tips that we gave him.
1 for 3. End of the over.
1 for 10 off 2.
Great start for Kai, and 2 overs gone in the Sunshine Coast innings. They are 1 for 10. And yes, I suppose for the Sunshine Coast boys, as you mentioned, a lot of those guys played in the Lord Taverners comp, so that's a 50 over comp. So I don't think there'll be too many issues or dramas doing the turnaround from a T20 game last night into a 50 over game.
No, I think you'll find they're hungry too. They lost the grand final to the Gold Coast in the Taverners competition probably 2 weeks ago. So they'll be hungry to win this competition, I reckon.
So Harding to continue from the southern end here at Salter Oval.
Bold.
That's a nice seed.
It's good length.
So you're still playing a bit of first grade Premier cricket in Brisbane for
Northern Suburbs.
Northern Suburbs, that's right.
Yeah, I've been
moved over from Valleys.
Yeah, been playing there the last 2 years. I play in the red ball competition there. I don't play any of the white ball. Yeah, I don't play any of the white ball cricket. The young guys can go up 14 and over. I'm happy at going at 2s. Ken Healy got me over there last year in a mentor type role, so I don't open the bowling. I kind of like stand at mid-on and mentor the younger bowlers coming through. Will Presswich, he's contracted now.
Yeah, outstanding. I was lucky enough to have Will in a Queensland under-12 side that won a national championships up in Darwin back in 2014. And great to see Will, Bulls rookie contract, and also has been brought into the Heat squad. Who's he replaced in the Heat squad? Is there someone out injured as a result?
Connor Sully.
Connor Sully, yeah.
Connor Sully also from Norths. He's had a back injury, but worked with Connor last year, and he's full contract with the Bulls and made his debut for the Bulls this year in both the List A in the one days and the Sheffield Shield. So one to keep your eye on. And
back injury.
Yeah.
Fast bowler's curse.
Yeah, just seems to be around that age, the 19, 20. I went through it myself up in Townsville, but I wasn't in a high performance setup back then, so I just had a sore back and just stopped bowling until I Oh, it feels
Felt
good. It feels good now.
Yeah.
Just keep bowling. I wouldn't say I was managed, but
You managed yourself.
yeah,
Jeremy Harding, maiden.
beautiful bowling. Back of the length, top of the stumps.
Sunshine Coast guys, they'll be, after losing an early wicket, they'll be looking to really dig in here and build a partnership to try and re-establish themselves. And obviously, the North Queensland Monsoons, they'll be wanting to try and get back-to-back wickets, get themselves a bit of momentum and on a roll. Nice solid forward defensive shot there from Diggles.
Oh, just past that outside edge. Yeah, just at that top of the stumps. I just like, he's not too short, not too full. Just getting that opening batsman driving. That's what you want to see early. Just going across him. Those slips are hungry. Oof. Good areas.
Well fielded off his own bowling. So the field for the Monsoons, they got a fine leg. He's coming off the boundary a little bit down there. They got a mid-wicket, a mid-on, mid-off, cover, point, gully, 2 in the grippers, and obviously the wicket-keeper and bowler.
Oh yeah, he's done it again. Gee, that's good. Good line and length.
What have we got? 9 dot balls in a row here at the moment.
Correct.
9, 10 dot balls in a row at the moment. So a little bit of pressure on the Scorchers boys. Try and pick something up here. Both the opening bowlers for the Monsoons doing the business. Did you get to have much of a look at the wicket out there pre-game? Oh,
yes.
That's a fantastic catch at second slip, diving to his left.
Oh, you could feel that coming, couldn't you?
Something was...
All those plays and misses, you could just feel like he wasn't too far away from that outside edge. And like I said, those grippers were hungry. They could feel it coming. It's a great catch low down to his left too. That was a really good catch.
So Diggles is the departing batsman for a duck off 8 deliveries.
Ben Walker. Good hands in the slips.
Here we go. We got the replay. Snick. And the Monsoon boys very excited to get that second wicket of the Sunshine Coast Scorchers. This will get a great view of the wicket, this replay.
Oh, yes.
How good was that?
Low down to his left. Yeah, beautiful catch.
How good was the roll straight back to the umpire too? That was fantastic. Fantastically accurate. This
Oh, look at that seam. Just might have been a hint and nibble away. Good presentation from Kai.
Could the batsman have let that one go? Or do you think
Nah, I
he
think
had to
yeah,
play it?
That's
He
why
had
it
to
was
play
so
it.
good.
So the new batsman to the crease for the Scorchers in shirt number 13, Liam Johnson from
Tell you what, from
Maroochydore Cricket Club.
From this end, the wicket just looks like it's a little up and down. There's been a couple that's just kept a little bit low from Jeremy. First one went for byes, kind of rolled through. Tough one for the keeper.
Yeah, we probably had in the 2 games last night, there was 2 deliveries, 1 in each game, that were quite noticeably shot through. Well, that one came through quite comfortably. Shot through quite low. Probably tended to be off the spinners, actually.
Okay.
But yeah, the wicket preparation time up here, the groundsmen have had a tough time, as a lot of areas from probably central Queensland right down to the SE corner have had the huge amount of rain. I mentioned it on the live stream last night. Wettest November in Bundaberg since 1934. Had over 400 mils in the month.
Wow.
So whilst the wickets have been covered quite regularly, the groundsman actually having that opportunity of getting time out in the middle to do the preparation. We had 11 days straight of rain.
Did it do any damage locally?
To
the food bowl? The food bowl of Queensland, Bundaberg?
No, look, farmers stoked.
Stoked,
Farmers
that's good.
stoked, yeah.
That's good then.
There was water laying around in places that I haven't seen water laying for donkey's ages. But it just got to that stage where things were starting to smell. The water wasn't soaking in. But yeah, the groundsmen have done a sensational job to be able to get the wickets wide delivery. The wicket's up and running for this week, considering junior cricket. No junior cricket for the past 3 weekends.
Oh, that'd be a shame for the kids.
Absolutely. So down at the Kendall's Flats complex, and there's been
tears on a Saturday morning when you look out the window.
Yeah, you wake up and hear the raindrops, and
no, we're not going to get on.
And then there's only been the odd little bits and pieces of senior cricket here. Nice shot into the mid-wicket, the gap at mid-wicket, and Jobson gets himself through for a single.
He likes to flamingo his back leg when he plays that shot too.
Very extravagant.
Yeah. Oh, there's that
Plays
bounce.
and misses.
Is that bounce? I reckon that kept a little bit low again.
So it's the end of Harding's third over. None for 9. It's toiling away very nicely there, doing a job. Bowlers bowling in good partnership.
How was the wicket for the spinners last night? Any turn?
Well, we're discussing that last night. The spinners that did come on really pushed it through, bowled it quite flat, bowled it into the wicket. So couldn't see a huge amount of turn. What will be interesting today is to see if we have a different approach, which you would think from the spinners, as Sunshine Coast Scorchers Bulls mentor Benny Lachlan joins us as well. Morning, Ben.
Good morning. How are we all this morning?
Good.
Good start, Lukey. Good pep talk.
Yeah. Well, I did give him a little. I
did notice you were late too. Like Fatty did the same thing last night. Kept us waiting. So yeah, boys have been bowling some good areas.
Yeah, been very impressed with Kai.
He's all over it.
I was just saying the wicket from the other end from Jeremy just looks a little bit up and down.
I did see one go very low there, which was a bit interesting. Hopefully it's just a one-off.
Just got the radar wrong there, another wide. Adjusting to the right-hander.
Had the boys go a big travel day last night, was it for him?
Yeah, got in at 4 o'clock.
Did they?
Yesterday afternoon.
Oh, sorry, I thought it got delayed more 4 a.m.
No.
That's when you got home, Luke.
Oh, please. Very responsible. I gave him a little talk on the way out about how proud I am of them, representing their town, and from Home Hill and Ayr up to Ingham, out to Charters Towers.
God, I've got some stuff to learn about these pre-match talks. You and Fatty are putting me to shame.
Oh, catch that. He's got a bit of flair in his back leg there when he plays those leg side shots.
He was very good last night, Joey. Took his time early and got set, and then really brought it home well. So
87 off 73, run out, more or less taking one for the team, so to speak. Yeah.
Team man, that's good.
Yep.
Skipper as well.
Not skipper, no, but some good leadership potential, I think there, Luke. Yes. What do you reckon? What are you saying for the wicket? What are we going to get?
Well, I don't know what a good score is. Early.
Looks quite challenging to score if you get in the right spot, though, Luke, doesn't it?
Just remember,
lofted over mid-wicket and into the fence. Couple of bounces, 4 runs to Jobson. finish off the over.
Straight there, Luke. To
Yeah,
finish,
well,
wasn't he?
welcome boundary, I think, for the Sunny Coast. That just didn't finish off his over. Let himself down a little bit there, Kai.
Timed that one to perfection. Races away over the freshly mown grass of the outfield.
Look at the flare. It's a bit Castle Dean.
Yeah, I was saying he's got a bit of flamingo back leg going on. Yeah.
I like it.
I reckon I did one of these under 16 carnivals maybe 5 years ago. They all seem bigger. They're huge. The kids are huge. Because that tournament in particular, all the spinners seemed to dominate because it didn't look like the batters were strong enough to hit it over the mid-on and mid-off, take them on. But I don't think they've got that problem this year. They're monsters.
Nice seed to start the over with from Harding.
There's a few men
Beats the
floating
bat.
around, aren't there, Luke?
Sorry?
There's a few men floating around.
Yeah, there is.
16 comp. Got a couple of mustaches in my team too, which I'm a bit jealous of.
Yeah, I felt intimidated. They were telling me what to do.
As long as they're not driving the team bus yet. Harding in.
What are you playing a miss?
And Johnson flashes outside off stump, playing a miss. Keeper gloves it nicely.
Tell you what, I've only watched our side bat a little bit in warm-ups, but there's not a lot of Stephen Smith going on, which I'm pleasantly pleased of. Most of the blokes seem quite still at the crease, and no big crabs yet. I haven't noticed, which is good to see. It's not infiltrating through everyone yet.
How was that?
Worth a shout.
Not interested.
Umpire not interested. And we should hopefully get a replay of that.
Going down, Luke.
Here we go. Oh, side on replay.
Oh,
Looks
the
like
right.
there was-
It wasn't height.
The height was correct.
And doesn't look like there was any bat on it. Back live. Solid forward defence from Johnson.
Good area.
Yeah,
What else is coming up, Lukey? We got spinners in your squad. Did you glove any in the warm-up?
I only took the pace
quicks, did
bowlers.
ya?
Yeah, I took
Good boy.
Took the quicks.
Good
They all had good scene presentation, which was delightful to see.
Nice. Actually, we've got a boy, Talon, who bowls big induckers, Lukey, which I would love you to have a look at. And
Man after my own
Dead
heart.
ball.
exactly right. Yes. So
We only had one in-swing bowler.
right.
Punches that through the point region, and that races out to the boundary for 4 runs. Lovely shot
Just
from
thought
Johnson.
Just thought he'd try a short and wide one.
We've all had that plan,
Yeah.
haven't we, Luke?
Yeah,
Good shot though. Nice and tall on that. Straight to the ground.
doesn't pay off as often as it should. The short and wide one.
Sometimes we get lucky though, Lukey, don't we?
Yeah, caught point.
I think this partnership here will be key. Benny, Johnson batted quite reasonably well last night. I know, and wide delivery down the leg side. Only picked up 16 runs, but it was in the end second top score. He was the one that hung around a little bit more with Jobson.
He looked good, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, they were a good partnership. Set us a good base last night. But yeah, as we were talking last night, I reckon we're going to bat to 10, 9 to 10
Yeah,
sort of thing.
absolutely.
They all played really well. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, we also spoke about even though we do bat deep, just to take your chance and do the team thing and put it upon your own shoulders to get it done.
Oof.
Work down to fine legs left. A little bit of work to do. Races around, and the batsmen complete 2 runs quite comfortably.
Been really impressed with all the couple of games I've watched so far. Lucky, just is it sort of like professionalism, like the dropping and running and backing up and movement.
Talking about
I
professionalism.
didn't know what backing was up till I was 22. I don't reckon, Lucky. So
Well, the message is getting through. The Townsville boys measuring their run-ups with a tape measure.
like I still don't.
Not stepping it out.
Nah, step it out, mate. Then you don't have to remember to bring anything.
Yeah.
Like a bat.
Yeah, I don't even bring a bat. I literally rocked up on Saturday with a pair of shoes and a box.
Well, you're the ultimate professional.
Yeah,
we can't always be as good as you.
I do like someone stepping it out though. Like, you don't like that?
No,
Nah.
not at this age, because they grow at different rates and can fatigue. They're not as strong and consistent as yourself, so that leads to bowling no balls. So it's good to revisit something like that every year.
That's a horrible argument, Luke.
Why?
Well, what does the tape measure? Doesn't move, but you get bigger. Or you were saying you change?
No,
it,
you revisit it.
Okay.
Revisit it every year until you stop growing. Because I was getting older, I had to revisit it. Reverse. My run up was getting shorter.
Hammies are getting tighter and tighter.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
There you go.
And how about that vision of Andrew Simons out on the field? I can't remember where it was, but the bowlers had left the can of blue paint, and he was walking backwards and whacked straight into the blue paint, and the TV cameras caught every
too.
Yes,
You remember that paint at the Gabba? It just stinks.
Yeah, it does.
It's like rotten paint or something they use.
Catch that.
That's an outstanding catch, and that's the big wicket that the Monsoons would be chasing here. Jobson out to an outstanding catch at mid-wicket. Jobson's on his way for 7 runs off 19 deliveries. Sunshine Coast.
I can't believe it.
Great catch, low and right. That
his
is good
strength,
body height.
his strength turned out to be his weakness there.
I don't know if the leg went enough in that.
I just thought, you know what? Maybe if we just keep working over his pads, we might. Oh, you look at that. Oh, yes.
Oh, good
Wrong
catch.
footed him too.
Yeah, he's had to push off the left foot to head back to his right.
Good hands. I
tracked that
enjoyed
in the last
eye
6.
saw it went the whole way, which was good
Last
to see.
6 inches.
Yeah.
Seth Gould Branson plays for the North Cricket Club up in.
I don't know if you
Townsville?
remember. Do you remember Ryan Broad's coaching aid for the last 6 inches catching? How he put black tape over half of his sunglasses, the top half of his sunglasses, and he broke his finger.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You couldn't catch that one.
Yeah, tracked it all the way into his index finger.
But Ryan Broad, was he one of the sub fielders in a test match at the Gabba that did take
took a catch, yeah.
Took a catch a la Chris Sarberg?
And Marnus.
And Marnus, yes.
Marnus took a ripper, didn't he?
Yeah, offline.
Yeah.
Bat pad.
Yeah. But no, that was an Ashes catch too, I reckon. I reckon it might have been Alistair Cook down at fine leg off a bumper.
Yeah, Sarberg, yeah.
Hugo Burden was on the field for the Aussies, the Gold Coast Dolphins player.
Very young leggy batter, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's very good. He's very organised at the crease. Got the pleasure to bowl to him last year.
Did you? Got him. Did you, Lukey? Turn one around and went the other way, did you? Or?
No, I just used the crease.
Did you?
Yeah,
right.
just a little bit wider on the crease.
Young fella, not really. Yep.
New batsman to the crease for the Sunshine Coast Scorchers, and shirt number 8, the wicket keeper. Curtis McAllister, who kept quite professionally last night. He did drop a catch, but outside of that,
He looked good, didn't he?
he was very impressive with
Good
the gloves on.
Good stumping.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the stumping was that good that we actually thought it might have been bowled.
Yeah.
That was how neat.
Fatty was very excited up in the box at the stumping.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It was very neat stumping.
Is this? Say this is Kai?
Yeah, Kai.
Yeah, Kai's having a day out, isn't he?
He is. He's just got. Just seems to be on the money.
Last ball of the over for Adami.
Oh.
And he finishes that over as a wicket maiden. Can't do much better than that. And Sunshine Coast Scorchers in a little bit of strife at 3 for 26 after 8 overs.
Beautiful start for the boys, Loki.
Yeah, very impressed. I think they were talking about fielding first if they won the toss.
Okay.
I think...
Frivolous toss then?
Yeah, pretty much. The skipper just thought just to get him into the game. I think there was a few nerves floating around.
I do enjoy that side of it, getting the boys in and getting them moving. It's working well.
And is this change of bowler? It is. No, Jeremy, just a big warm-up.
It's a big lad. Strides in, bangs it into the pitch. Defensive shot there from Johnson.
Now, look, your boys, they're all from different areas from up north.
I think most of them are from Townsville. They play a lot from the Wanderers Cricket Club in
Right.
Townsville.
So most of the boys know each other, or they all get
Yeah.
together? They do?
Yeah, there was a lot of inter-club sledging in the warm-up. You got a particular distaste for suburban parks.
Really?
Yeah,
Right.
I think there was one boy from suburban parks who, well, bullied is a strong term,
Toby Woodbury.
but there was a lot of banter,
Right.
banter.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Do you play up in Townsville, Luki?
Yep, Brothers Cricket Club
Right.
out at the Willows there.
What age group was that for you?
That was
Were you
it was
seniors?
red ball seniors,
Right.
80 over games.
Lovely.
So it was midday start, but
That's what I'm preaching for the Sunny Coast comp.
yeah, but
I want to get my mornings back with the kids.
midday in Townsville.
Yep.
What time do they start on the
we
Sunny
do
Coast?
full days, so yeah, we're 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Righto.
Yep, so makes it quite challenging getting that one past the wife every Saturday. Yes.
Steal the keys, slip out the back door.
Yeah. I actually take the young fella down most of the time just to get him running around and cooked, which is good fun.
Oh, slow ball.
Bold.
Forward defensive shot from McAllister. Still to get off the mark.
How long are you up there for, Luke?
I was up there 2002 to 2009.
Right. So do you move to Brizzy from there?
Yeah,
Yep.
I was playing in the Townsville comp. Played in the country system, made Queensland country and the Australian countryside, and back in those days in the Queensland country team, they'd have a coach from Queensland cricket come on tour, and that was Joe Dawes.
Right.
So he came and then got the tap on the shoulder.
You guys didn't get along well, did you?
No. Shared a lot in common.
So
He's
did
a
you move down
police officer as
with
well.
the contract or
QAS
QAS,
contract,
yep.
which was just basically a training
Yep.
contract. I
Yep.
was allowed to come to training.
Yep. And then
So
the following year
yeah, there was no promises, and no, it was same year.
you got upgraded that year.
Yep, same year. Yeah, debuted against the West Indies
At AB?
at AB Field,
Lovely.
and a couple of Shield games.
So one off that over of Harding's. His fifth over, none for 17. And after 9 overs, Sunshine Coast 3 for 27.
What about this year, Connor Sully, wicket with his first ball in Sheffield Shield cricket?
Did he? Didn't know that. Talk me
Unbelievable.
through it. Was it Jaffa or short wide 1/4 point?
No,
Good little nick throw.
yeah, I think it was it Jordan Silk? I
Right.
think yeah.
It's a good wicket to get
Yeah.
first up.
I think it was. Because the only other person I've heard, this is a stat for you. Peter McPhee
Fee.
played at Valleys.
Yes.
But he debuted for Tasmania. Got Mark Taylor with his first ball in
Gee.
Shield cricket.
That's
There
a
you
good
go.
start.
Johnson works that one through
for-
square.
One for your trivia night.
Picks up 2.
Now, Jace, what are the any regulations here? The kids what can they bowl in a row? Do you know anything about this?
Actually, I
or-
didn't suss out the bowling regulations. I just sussed out the fielding regulations. But for under 16s,
Yeah.
is it 6 as
Yeah, 6 is
a
what I'm
maximum?
hearing.
Is that for
Spell.
all bowlers or just the pace bowlers? Have the spinners got something that's
Just pace, I
a
think,
little bit
yeah.
different?
How many are they allowed to bowl in a day? Because these boys got a backup for a T20 tonight.
I do. 16 for the day, I think, Luke, so they're going to just scrape in there. Well played.
Oh, he's just...
Shot.
Hammered through forward of square, and that'll race across the boundary for another 4 runs to Johnson.
Yeah. No one out, have they? No one out. Lots of pressure on in the ring.
One of the best defence is attack.
Little Keta punch for the boys, I like it. Here we come.
6-3 field. So Adami's got to back up the boundary 4. He bowls wide.
Yeah. Bold strategy bowling that line without a fine leg. Any thoughts?
I would like a fine leg, yeah, he's just so he can bring the stumps in a little bit more. But he's got 3 for 15, the young fella, so...
Yeah.
Full delivery, hit straight to mid-off.
Does look like he's just starting to tire a bit,
Yes,
that Leaky, you think?
yeah.
I would too. Normally 2 over spells for me, so...
That's all you got used to in
I was
Big Bash?
I played my first one day this year for nursery, and I think we worked out it was 8 years. And I bowled 10 overs and I couldn't move for 3 days.
Catch that.
Yeah.
That's safe. You have to have a word to your skipper there, Jacob Deneen, not looking after you.
It was 6 spells. And then I'm slowly pushing up. I think I bowled 13 the other week, and I bowled 17 on the weekend. So getting into some rare air for my numbers. You're just getting going then, Luke, aren't you, after 20?
Yeah. I don't like coming back for a second spell. I prefer to just be wound up and just keep bowling.
So 5 overs completed for Kai Adami, 3 for 16. Will be interesting to see if he gets brought back for over number 6 or whether or not they'll go with a bowling change. Just seemed to look as though he was just tiring a little bit. Outstanding
first
spell.
coming on though.
Number 13
Skipper.
for the Monsoons.
Skipper, Ramsbottom.
Rammy. Lovely little club in Manchester League, Ramsbottom.
Ramsbottom. Is he from West?
West Cricket Club. Yep.
West Cricket Club. I think his
Townsville.
father's heavily involved in Western Suburbs Cricket Club there.
Not a bad power play. We were hoping to be 35-40 by the end of the power play. Just a couple more wickets than we were hoping. So well bowled to the North boys.
He's not a small lad either, is he?
Oh.
Is that inside edge? Down towards fine leg. Let's have a look at the umpire.
Beautiful start.
Runs.
I'm thinking that was an inside edge and no signal from the umpire, so we'll take 1 run. Yeah, I was having a look through the Monsoon side from last year, and doesn't look like anyone backing up, but there might be a couple of brothers maybe. Jared Kamer played last year, and Adam Kamer in the side this year, and Reece Foley played last year, and Ty Foley in this year. So I'm picking their brothers. Yes.
That's good. Some experience. Some advice being handed down from family members. That's good.
Be some fun backyard games, wouldn't there? Very close in age there. That'd be very exciting, wouldn't it?
Gearing up for Boxing Day, post-Christmas test match backyard cricket. That's well bowled. That's worth a shout. I'm thinking he might have got a little bit of bat on that. Just sounded a little bit woody.
I reckon there's been 3 shouts, and I don't think this umpire raised an eyebrow at any of them.
Very quick.
Here we go.
Game, wasn't it?
Looking at the replay. That hooped away a little bit. Actually, we were talking about one of those LBW decisions last night, Ben, and what I failed to mention was, wide ball, the umpire that gave that decision that we both sort of said, oh, that might be a tad height. He is the groundsman. so
he knows.
He knows.
He knows. That's not going up.
And when I mentioned it to him post-game, he said no, there was no chance of the ball going over the top.
Yep. Can't complain with that one.
No.
Yep. Talking about a bit of backyard cricket there, I mentioned last night that I had listened to the Alan Border podcast with Howard. Well bowled. And he was talking about his setup in his backyard. I think, do you have an older brother or a younger brother? Maybe an older brother, AB.
John. I think John bought it,
He
yeah.
said they had a grapefruit tree in the backyard. He wasn't a big fan of grapefruits, AB, so they used to go and get a grapefruit, wet up the concrete, and use a grapefruit to... And he said it was rock hard. And every over, you got to go and pick a new grapefruit and start again with a fresh hard one. So he said there were a few bruises back in the day. So that was
nice
amazing
delivery.
as kids, what you can invent in the backyard for some good fun with cricket. Now the in-swinger, Luke, was that backyard orientated?
I don't know, just action. Always, my arm pathway, I could never finish on the outside of my leg. I was always on the inside between.
Right.
So, and my wrist always stayed the same. When I was 28 when I learned how to bowl an outswinger. And
Famous day at the SCG, wasn't it, Luke?
yeah, and I actually had to move the ball. It almost looks like a bowl cross seam is my outie because I can't move my wrist, so my wrist stays the same to bowl that. But
Because I always find backyards tend to have a tendency, probably more so on batters,
yeah,
where they're prolific. I remember Martin Love, Dad wouldn't pick the balls up unless he hit them straight back to him. So Lovey's straight drive is phenomenal along the ground.
Martin Love played first grade cricket here in Bundaberg.
Did he?
Being a Mundubra boy, not as much cricket or high standard cricket being played out in Mundubra, so he made the trip over here as a 14, 15-year-old boy and played, I'm pretty sure it was for Brothers.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a player.
Well, should have played a lot more test cricket, shouldn't he? You know, he's unlucky to be playing in that era.
Yeah, just the area of how good we were, wasn't it?
So change of bowler for the Monsoons, as we, I suppose, predicted. Lachlan Hutchings into the attack, taking the place of Kai Adami, who had a sensational opening spell.
This is your boy, Lukey.
yeah,
This is him, the in-swinger.
yeah. Wouldn't want a fine leg.
Straight on the money. Good start. Yes, I think the fine leg might be required. Maybe sneak down a little chat at drinks, Lukey. We'll back him in here.
I like it, but I do like how they're backing themselves not to bowl bad balls.
To be honest,
So
we haven't seen many go down
that
there.
is
Probably been a few that could have gone down there, but they
yeah, that's commendable. I really like that. I like them backing themselves. It's good.
A 50 over game. The drinks will be taken at overs 17 and 34.
start. What do you call these haircuts, Lukey? Where you just sort of shave that part behind your ears? There's a few of them floating around.
I don't know. I don't know how to ask for a different haircut. Short back and sides, number 2 blended into the top, thanks.
What would Kel think if you rocked home with one of those? I think
Well, she wouldn't think much, I wouldn't have thought.
Even the primary school kids are starting to rock those as well.
Yeah. Looking forward to my parenting journey. This is going to be good, Luke, isn't it?
Ball tampering in the backyard?
Not yet. The young fella's only 5, but we'll get there.
Did you?
I was a tape man. I was a
you
big
a tape man?
Yeah. I think that's why I'm so low with my sling.
Actually, I didn't mind the removing the fur.
Oh, well, that's a lot of effort, that
then
one.
wetting.
Yeah.
On the concrete.
Yeah.
And watching the ball skid.
Yeah.
At pace.
Hutchings has made a great start here. 4 dot balls. Keeping Johnson very honest at the striker's end. Oh, nice piece of fielding there. From point, shirt number 7 for the Monsoons, Kingsley Cameron from West Cricket Club up there in Townsville. How good's the name of the manager for the Monsoons? Graham Pollock. I spoke to him this morning and said, were your parents...
Oh, lovely man.
Fielding.
Beautiful piece of fielding.
I asked him if his parents were cricket fans.
That's the skipper there.
Is it?
Leading by example.
Well done. That'll be bit of blood there, I reckon, on that elbow.
He'll shake it off when he bowls this over. Yeah, not South African, Graham.
No.
No. He's a engineer. Got a few projects on the hop. He was telling me about.
Not involved with any specific cricket club up there. More on the administrative side with Townsville Cricket. 12 overs completed. Sunshine Coast 3 for 38. And the skipper Ramsbotham to continue from the southern end here at Solder Oval. Very tall, big lad.
Nice bouncy outies.
Full delivery. And hit driven straight to mid-off. Well, the Sunshine Coast boys will be wanting to get through to drinks without any loss of any further wickets. Drinks being taken in 5 overs time.
How do you reckon McAllister's feeling
He's,
out there?
He's scratching around trying to get off the mark, isn't he?
Yeah.
Doesn't seem too flustered at the moment. So the boys have
How is
bowled well the last 3 overs, haven't they, Luke? Is this unbiased commentary going on, Luke, or are you?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, right. That's the first time I've had anyone appeal on commentary. That's good.
100%.
Good little squeeze on. Feels like something's building that, doesn't it, Luke?
Actually, we said that in that one of the overs, but from Kai to your left-hander. You could feel that.
Beautiful shot from Johnson through the covers for 4, Lukey. Let's release the pressure.
Yeah, encouraging the drive though.
It's not a bad ball.
Still got 2 slips in the 12th over.
Come on, Luke. Come on. That was a good shot. Give me something there.
Yeah.
Good shot. Righto. You hate batters, don't you?
Yeah. Fool's gold, the cover drive.
It is. Can't say we've ever played one, but I've heard that. Reinforcements, Lukey. Getting rid of the fine leg and another cover going in.
Copped the best sledge about a cover drive. You guys would have played a little bit of cricket against Steve Baker.
Yes.
Wicket keeper for Norths.
Yep.
So
Catch that.
Oh
dear.
So at Country Week, which I was talking to you about earlier, I've come out to bat, being
delivery.
left-handed. Steve Baker, he's wicket keeping and says to his square leg fielder, just come a bit square for his cover drive.
Yep, that's where mine goes too. Yeah. Let's have a look at this. It took off, didn't it, Lukey?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, nice bounce.
I feel like the keeper's saved for a slip there. I don't think he was catching it either.
So got big on the batsman, surprised him.
Oh, off the shoulder.
Might have said a well bowled to the bowler then. Wide delivery. Signalled by umpire Noel Cronin from Maryborough.
So, Lucky, you've moved around a lot in your junior stuff, didn't you? Were you floating around there, or were you Caboolture most of your junior stuff?
Yeah, at Caboolture for most of my juniors.
Yep. And so, Caboolture, would you play in the Brisbane underage stuff, or?
Playing a miss.
In under 12s, it was Brisbane North, and then it changed to Sunshine Coast Redcliffe.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a fantastic junior. I made like the zone team, but yeah, I was never an emerging player or I was never
squads or anything.
Yeah, no Queensland squads or anything like that. Just a little tubby kid that bowled innies.
Well, I was a little skinny kid that used to try and wicket keep.
You a keeper?
I used to try and keep. Yep, kept my first
Oh,
11
right.
at school. Very ordinarily. Yep, can't say I've ever caught one. And then decided that wasn't very good at, so I thought I'd bowl a little bit. And
I considered myself a bit of a batsman until kids were strong enough to bowl bouncers.
it's pretty much still is what I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all right in the Sunny Coast League until someone decides to bowl fast. Yeah.
Hutchings to continue from the northern end for the Monsoon. 13 overs gone, 3 for 43. McAllister on strike and still to get off the mark. Solid defensive shot out towards point.
Wonder if they're onto it out there. You reckon they'd be letting him know that he's still yet to trouble the scorers?
You would be, wouldn't you?
Gentle reminder here or then.
He'd be very aware of it, wouldn't he? I'm not sure. Do you
Oh,
reckon
the
boys
batter.
would?
I reckon the batter would be.
Oh,
I'm not sure
absolutely.
the fielders. Oh,
There it is, and
what a catch!
That is
Unbelievable.
outstanding. Soccer goalkeeper style.
High to his left.
Great snare. Looked like he saw it late too, didn't it?
Well, didn't we put the mocker on McAllister
Oh,
there?
yeah, we've
Spoke
stitched him
about
up.
not being off the mark.
Talked another one, Lukey, didn't you?
Here we go.
Look at
The
this.
replay. This will look fantastic.
And we did speak earlier about
Up,
the
over.
short.
Oh, he's a little bit late on it. He's still got there.
That was the right shot. He did everything right there, McAllister.
He would have
He
been
got the
thinking,
short and wide
got
one.
it. This is it. I'm liking that 4. That's a great snare.
We did talk about earlier the short and wide one working sometimes.
He did. He's devastated, the young fella. It's a great snare.
Number 8.
Kai.
Kai
He's having
Adami.
a day out.
He's having a day out. Let him open the batting too, the young fella.
And we'll have to mention the camera work there from John Devine.
Over
It was outstanding camera work.
Yes. Great work, Johnny.
Followed the ball beautifully straight into the midst of Adami, Kai Adami. Making sure that that catch doesn't get credited to his twin brother.
That's put us in the a little bit of strife here, Luke, hasn't it? The first hour.
So Jared Jackson, the man that bowled so well last night for the Sunshine Coast Scorchers.
Didn't he just?
He comes in at number 6 in shirt number 10 from the Glasshouse Cricket Club, and sporting one of the mullets of the carnival as such.
There's another one.
Flowing blonde locks out the back of the helmet.
Wow. Well, that's a wide.
We've got 2 good ones, which is good. Yeah. If you're an 80s, 70s, you would have had a mullet, Lukey, definitely.
I don't think I would have had a mullet. I reckon I would have had long hair though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
Thrash metal era.
Yeah.
Listening to Metallica and
Yeah,
Megadeth and all the greats.
Do the viewers know about your first stick that you used in first class cricket, Luke? Or?
The one that broke the third ball I faced.
Yeah.
Off Darren Pattinson.
With your favourite sticker on it?
Yeah, my Metallica sticker.
Seriously?
Yeah, had a Metallica. Oh, I wasn't sponsored, so I had different
Lukey
pads.
walked out to bat with a... What brand was the bat?
It wasn't.
It wasn't. You just put a Metallica sticker on it. Is that right?
No,
So
the bat I had was apparently illegal, and I couldn't use it because it had a some different handle.
Oh, the Haydos
It was-
fiberglass handle.
Yes,
or something.
yeah. It was,
okay.
so that was not allowed.
So you took number 2 out.
Well
How's that?
bowled, and
The umpire.
umpire's
Yes, he's given
it.
He's given him.
And that
You're
sees the
guilty.
demise of Jackson for the Sunshine Coast Scorers. Jared Jackson.
Oh, it's bowled him.
Oh wow.
Hang on, how's that gone to first slip? Let Donnie watch
Let's
this
have a
again.
look at the replay here. How has that got through?
In swing up.
It has? What's it?
Has he missed it? Bowled in,
The
keep his
bail's
cool.
definitely
Here we go.
come
This
off.
is the view we want.
Big innie.
The leg bail has
Flicked
come
off
off.
stump and the leg bail's fallen off. Is that what I've seen?
Yes.
That is very unusual. Very unusual. Cricket brings up things you've never seen before.
There you go.
You're beauty.
The bail hasn't moved much. It's a little bit more difficult. Yesterday we had the zing stumps and the zing bails, so it was quite easy to see what was going on out there. Back to the more traditional bails and stumps today, and yeah, it's an unusual one. So I'd say, is this the skipper for the Sunshine Coast Scorchers?
This is
Benny Baker
Baker comes out.
from the Maroochydore Cricket Club, shirt number 1. Batting at 7.
Probably
5
need
for
a little
45.
partnership here, Luke, don't we?
Yeah.
You
Dare
boys
say
got
it's
lunch
shoot-
booking or something for the boys.
Well, they're backing up tonight, so they probably thought, geez, we should get this game over and done with pretty quick so we can have a rest before the next one.
Baker pushes one through mid-wicket. Got a little bit of a bad bounce there off the wicket. It's been prepared on the wicket block there. Little misfield from the fielder at mid-wicket, and Baker gets off the mark straight away with a single.
So back to your first bat with your Metallica sticker.
Oh, yeah.
Was it right in saying, so if you walked out there, you've got your Metallica sticker?
So what?
And a few of the Vics have had a little chuckle at that.
Oh, it wasn't only that. Like, so you forget. So I've come from Townsville cricket.
I don't forget, Luke. I remember.
Oh, yeah, but I feel like I need to explain.
Yeah.
So I missed first grade, where all those little things I didn't understand would have got ironed out.
Yeah.
So I missed that basically the induction into cricket etiquette.
Yes.
Etiquette. So I'm playing at the MCG. I've got a cream shirt. I've got white whites. So I've got mismatched kit. Walking out, I didn't know that the tongues of your shoes had to go behind the pad. I just thought you just had to have pads on.
See, I didn't know that. Right. Hang on.
I've got my plain bat that was given to me by Joe Dawes.
Right.
That he must have had something from
must be a goodie.
Balsa wood from Pakistan out the back of his house. He blew some dust off and gave it to me. So I oiled it and knocked it in like I thought I had to.
I enjoyed. Was it? I think it was Dave Hussey.
Yeah.
Decided to ask you how much bats were.
No, well, the first thing that he looked at me and he said, "Where did they get you from?"
That's a gold story.
I do enjoy in that game.
Said Queensland Police, mate. I did a raid on the rebels last week. What are you doing?
During that game, I can't remember. We were sitting up in the viewing room, and the MCG were a long way away in the viewing room. We're all sitting up there. Must have been the start of play. We were batting, and about half an hour in, a phone starts ringing, and Lukey reaches into his pocket and answers, and it's his best mate. He's like, "Oh, g'day, mate. How are you?" "No, I'm at the G." "No, I'm playing a Shield game." "Yeah, I'm just at the Shield game." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have a bowl later." And we're all looking at, and Lukey's unaware that having a mobile phone in a cricket game.
Yes.
I don't think it was illegal back then, but it was just a rule that
frowned upon.
Didn't bring your phone into the
Yes.
team. And Lukey's had a 15-minute conversation with his best mate in the viewing room, and I could see the smoke coming out of Tank's ears.
Sorry, boys.
Yeah,
just
another one of those things you just missed out on the first grade etiquette, Luke.
Yeah, well, it was a.
Snick City. That's been dropped. A nice delivery from Ramsbotham. Baker.
They've dropped two off the skipper.
Let off the hook.
He's had two nicks now, the skipper.
Oh, no, not a catch.
No.
Not a catch.
No, that was bat first into the ground.
Yes, bump ball.
Yeah, so on batting, Darren Pattinson is got a mile-long run-up, and he looks like his eyes were shut as he runs in, which was even more scarier. You know, just front foot defence, and then the bat just exploded. And so I've waved for a new bat, but the thing is, I don't have another bat in my kit bag. I've only got one bat. So then
trouble.
All I can assume is that everyone was arguing that they didn't want to give them their bat, so it took a while for another bat to come out. And
bold.
Yeah, Nick Kruger, our opening batsman at the time, and Valley's teammate.
KD floating around.
Yeah, he gave me one of his KDs and got a sponsorship after that.
Didn't you?
Yeah. KD's been looking after me ever since. It's good people there, Michael and Keith.
Keith Dudgeon Cricket Sports Centre out there at Ashgrove. Out at the Gap.
Yeah.
I realised towards the back end of my career that the bats that I was getting, being well played,
Works that down to fine leg. There's no fine leg fielder. It's a big chase for the slips fielder. It's teasing him.
He's done well.
And he pulls it in just short. And Baker picks up 3 runs.
Yeah, realised that being a number 11 and not very high in the pecking order, the bats getting sent your way weren't actually that good.
No.
So I decided to decline sponsorship and just go shopping in my teammates' bags. So, yeah, so I used to float around a bit.
You're that guy.
I was that guy, yeah. So I actually walked out with Renner's test bat one time, and that quickly got swapped. After one ball, someone ran out and swapped me another bat. So
he wasn't happy, Matthew Renshaw.
Yeah, he's like, "You can use my bat, just not that one." I was like, "Okay." And then when we had ABD playing for us, I was he cottoned on to the fact that I was borrowing bats and let me borrow one of his MRFs, but unfortunately the Heat boys didn't lose enough wickets to get me a hit that day.
Imagine the commentators' take on that at that particular point of time when you've played one shot with a bat and you've had to change it over.
Yeah.
I actually did that in a grade game against Valleys versus South.
Wide delivery.
And the Bush Bradman, Brian May.
Yes.
So my former captain for Queensland Country was playing for South. So same conundrum with the bats. I didn't have a bat I couldn't use. So I just went into the opposition change room, and it was some obscure brand from like England, some like small county in England that he must have went over and played at. And then I'm taking centre, I'm batting, scored a couple of runs. He's at slip, and he goes, "Where'd you get that bat?" I said, "Your kit bag, mate."
I don't know Brian that well, but he comes across, he might be a bat snuff.
Yeah, he didn't like that, Brian, not one bit. "Oh, just be careful, please."
Nothing on the inside edge though, was there, Luke? No.
Hutchings into his third over, 2 for 5 and 5 for 50. Sunshine Coast approaching drinks.
Beautiful seed. Tell the boys have bowled a good length, Luke.
Well, we did talk about it. The coach Peter Raffles said he's been working really hard on them, just bowling that good corridor line.
Well, it's working.
And bowling one side of the wicket, you're halfway home.
Well, at least you would have given those bats back. We've had, actually, unfortunately, it hasn't happened for a long while, but when I first came to Bundaberg, instances of bats being stolen from here at the grounds, which is very sad.
That is.
Wouldn't fly with Constable Feldman floating around.
No.
Sorry, senior.
Yeah, senior constable. Thank you very
Feldman
much.
floating around. On that same tour, wasn't it, Lukey? My first tour. You decided to arrest a man, didn't you?
Yeah, broke in.
Yep.
Broke into our room, stole our minibar, chased him down the street.
It's an exciting first tour, wasn't it, Luke?
Now we're going to get leg buys on that. Or did he get a little tickle off the bat? Let's watch umpire Dudley Graham's signal. Very, very cool and casual leg buy signal there. Yeah, that thief would have been quite taken aback. I would imagine he wouldn't have expected to be chased.
Yeah, wrong room, mate.
Yeah.
But I was rooming with Nick Kruger at the time.
Fortunately, there was anything in your minibar.
Yes. He was dishing it out to his mates. Couldn't believe it.
Bald.
Yeah, Darren Pattinson, he went on and played Test cricket for England, didn't he?
Yeah. Yep, that's right.
So he was fairly sharp?
Yes. Yeah.
Nothing like James, but steady enough.
Yes.
Probably more of a Siddle-like, I would suppose.
Yeah.
Sort of bowling. Yeah. But consistent and, serious bowler. A late bloomer as well, Lukey, I think, wasn't he?
Darren.
Yeah.
Full
They had
delivery.
a couple of those. So they had Dirk Nannis as well. He didn't play till late because he was a
wasn't he?
he was a skier.
The Mogul skier.
Shane Harwood.
Stickers Harwood was an old one too. Yeah.
Damien Wright. He kind of played all the way through,
Yeah.
but when he got to Victoria, because he played Tassie.
Victoria,
first,
Tassie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane Harwood come through the country system.
I think he's a Ballarat boy, I think. That's out that way. Yeah.
Tell you what, there wasn't some bad bowlers coming through my cohort in the country system. So Bert Cockley.
Bert Cockley.
Bert Cockley played at
DI representative for Australia.
New South Wales Country at Mandurah.
All
right. Michael Hogan.
Yep.
He was at Barossa Valley and
Still going, Hogs, isn't he?
I think so, for
Captain
Glamorgan.
of Glamorgan, I think. Yep.
And Joe Many.
How many?
Joe Many.
Joe Many.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there was a few of us.
Where was Joe from?
Coffs Harbour.
Right.
So yeah, New South Wales Country.
Exceptional bowler. Baggy green wearer.
Yeah, that's the completion of over 16. Either of you gentlemen wanting to pop out to the drinks break?
Yes, I will. My hand's going to get sore from patting people on the back.
I don't think my words of wisdom are going to get him out of a batting hole anyway. I might save mine for the bowling drinks break.
So Ramsbotham into his fourth over. Thanks, Luke. Good luck with your words of wisdom to your bowling fielding combination out there. As Luke Feldman leaves us with the Sunshine Coast Scorchers 5 for 53. And that's a wide delivery from Ramsbotham in over number 4. So, Sunshine Coast, partnerships the keys here, Benny Lachlan.
It is, yeah. Johnson's been looking good, as he did yesterday. So, yeah, he just needs to hang in there. And Benny seems to have a really good head on his shoulders. So, I think he'll read the situation and just take some time out of the game, hopefully, and get us back into it.
Batting a bit of time. Run well between wickets, take the sundries, take the singles, and spend some time in the middle. It's the old story, the longer you bat, the easier it gets, apparently.
And give us a target. Yeah, the boys bowled well last night, so I reckon they'll be 120, 130. Still think they're well and truly in the game.
Ramsbotham in. Well bowled. Played down to, that's a sort of more of a backward point, deepish gully.
Deepish gully, yeah. That's where he took the snare at the other end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Short cover's been employed in the last couple of overs as well by the Monsoon lads. Hit on the pads, bit of a stifled appeal. More hopeful than anything. And umpire Noel Cronin just not interested. So did you do much of a review after last night's game when you got back, or you didn't seem to?
I didn't see the boys. No, we're at a different place.
We put that one to bed and we move on.
No, our coach Blaine, bowled again. Only arrived this morning. He had a club game on yesterday.
That's right. Chris Baker filled in for him yesterday.
Yep, which was good. So Blaine got the boys for a meeting this morning and went over a few things and KPIs and bits and pieces. So, yeah, they seem like a really professional and well-drilled crew, as all the teams do, to be honest, up here. I'm a bit blown away with all the some of the chat going on.
Well,
very professional these days.
Yeah, and look, this Sunshine Coast crew through the Taverners comp, coached by Jared Flegler.
Yep.
And having spoken to Flegs a couple of weeks ago when the Sunshine Coast boys were up here, I don't think he would be allowed to be in Bundaberg because new baby due.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that, right.
Yes. So,
good luck.
He did tell me he didn't believe that he was in the good books at that time, and hi to Flegs if you're watching.
Yeah. Congratulations, or hope it all goes well.
Yes, absolutely.
What stage we're at.
He's a good man.
Is that the first Flegs? Do you know?
I think it's number 2.
Number 2, right.
I think it's number 2.
Number 2's easier because you know what you're in for.
Yeah. Allegedly, apparently.
Yes.
So that completes over number 17. That will be our drinks break with Sunshine Coast at 5 for 55. And we'll head to an ad break at this particular point of time. And we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Bye for now.
Support your local fruit shop and help Queensland farmers.
One of my favourite fruits, oranges from Gayndah in the Wide Bay area.
And grapes from Warwick in the Darling Downs.
Beautiful strawberries from the beautiful Sunshine Coast. Hard to beat an Innisfail or a Babinda banana from far north Queensland.
What about juicy apples from Stanthorpe?
You can't go past a Bowen mango from North Queensland.
Or a watermelon from Chinchilla. The Balls Masters are all about supporting junior cricket, and we're all about supporting local farmers. So make a better choice and get into your local fruit shop.
Times are changing. Everything is getting quicker and smarter. As a family-owned Australian business, let us show you how we are keeping pace with the rest of the world. Whether you are a one-man band or the procurement manager for a large multinational, we take the time to understand your needs. We personalise our service offering to deliver safe and effective solutions. At C&W, we are here to be your trusted partner anywhere, anytime.
Chemist Warehouse is making shopping more convenient with its new click and collect service. Just tap to order items online. And it's ready for pickup within just 4 hours. Click and collect. Try it today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Salter Oval after our drinks break here in the Sunshine Coast North Queensland Monsoons game, with the Sunshine Coast boys sitting on 5 for 55. Our Bulls Masters mentors for those two sides, Benny Lachlan, Luke Feldman, they've disappeared down to spend a little bit of time with their own teams and to take their place. Two of the other Bulls mentors from a couple of the other sides, SEQ Stormers, Brendan Creevy and Mackay Whitsunday Nitros, Steve McGoffin. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks very much. Great to be here. We're just getting a bit of a leave of absence from over at our game where the SEQ, it's not on the My Cricket, SEQ are 2 for 60 after 18 overs over there against the Mackay boys, so a good start. And a bit of bragging rights is between McGoffin and Creevy. That's what we're after.
Yeah, good to be in battle again with Creeves over the years, and back at it again today. But no, it's been a good start over there. It's probably even between the two teams. SEQ got off to a pretty good start with the new ball against the new ball, and our lads have had a little bit of a mini fight back there. Started to build a few dot balls and got a couple of breakthroughs. So yeah, should be a good little another hour of play and see how the innings starts to shape up.
And how have we been going here? Shearsy, what's the scenario? Sunny Coast, who had a good win last night against Darling Downs there. They've had a bit of a slower start this morning.
Yeah, North Queensland Monsoon boys right on top in this particular game. They've bowled and fielded tremendously well. They've taken their chances, they've taken their catches, and they got the key wicket of Jobson, who got the 87 in the T20 game last night, which I'm very, very happy about. And Kai Adami, 3 for 16 off his 5 overs. And the current bowler, Hutchings, 2 for 8. So they've been the destroyers. But Kai Adami, 3 for 16 off 2 overs, including 5 maidens, bowling at the northern end. Been very, very impressive. But these two guys have dug in. The skipper, Baker, batting at 7. And the guy that was second top scorer last night for the Scorchers, Liam Johnson, he only got a 16 last night, but he looked quite reasonable. He's held the side together with a 21 off 39.
Yeah, good little fight back here, and obviously not the most ideal of scenarios, but Sunshine Coast probably certainly looking to try and take their innings as deep and as long as possible, ideally through to the 50 overs if they can, and see where they get to on the scoreboard. But yeah, certainly don't want to be getting bowled out after sort of 25, 30 overs. So if they can take this innings as long as they can, then they hopefully can put a reasonably competitive score on the board.
So, Mags, what would the Bulls master in Luke Feldman now? What would he be at that drinks break? You know, the right on top here at 5 for 58. What would he have been saying to his team?
Wide ball.
Well, the Fox, I think he'd be pretty happy to start with. Obviously, I haven't actually seen how the wickets fell or the lead up to it, but no, I think he'd be just looking to make sure the guys are executing their plans pretty well and sticking to the game plan and keeping the pressure on. And you know, if they can keep restricting the scoreboard, then we all know that what happens then, and we could start to fall.
You're right, and the fact that, especially in junior cricket, when you start losing a few wickets, you get complacent in the field. You think it's just going to happen, and that allows a mini fight back, which hopefully Benny Laughlin's been able to say something like that to Johnson and Baker, is it?
Baker, yep. Benny Baker.
Just play out a few overs here, just hit your singles, don't do anything rash. Let's get through to the 25th or the 30th over with still 5 wickets in hand, and reassess from there.
Yeah, they'll be looking to, like you said, just sort of rebuild. Plenty of time up their sleeve to do that, so that's in their advantage. We've still got to be, as a batting unit, you've still got to be looking to score and be proactive, without being reckless, of course. But you know, from the fielding point of view, you're right, Creeves, that you can tune out sometimes at these periods and kind of think that is just going to happen. You know, I'm sure Luke would have reinforced that to his fielders, that you know, it's their responsibility as well to make sure that they get these next 5 wickets, not just up to the bowlers. So there's no real reason or excuse for a fielding team in this situation to be dropping off the energy. I wouldn't have thought. Like to think they'd be up and about and looking to get off the field and have a cold drink of it earlier. Yeah.
How's the pitch been playing in your game, gents?
Yeah, it's been playing pretty well. It's actually coming onto the bat a little bit better than probably what I thought it was going to this morning. I thought it would have been a little bit slower, but we'll see how that pans out for the rest of the day. You know, we were going to bat first if we won the toss, to try and get a score on the board and hope that the wickets sort of dried up a bit. And yeah, there's a few cracks there, so you know, it might be a little bit tricky to bat on this afternoon. But we'll, you know, obviously we have to contend that when it's our turn.
And how we've been lucky here. We've been in the air-conditioned commentary position. Haven't spent a lot of time outside. How's those weather conditions as far as heat-wise, wind in those backfields? Comfortable for the lads, or?
Well, I think the kids, they'll play in any weather. But yeah, I'd say it's comfortable. There's a strong breeze for the boys, which does favour, you know, batting one end to the other, but certainly yeah, comfortable position for them. And I know that, speaking from the SEQ point of view, they're having a great time. They're reliving all the stories from last night, and you know, who ate all the pizza and who's done this and who's done that. So you know, they're treating it like, you know, it should be treated. They're having a great time. So despite us missing out in the first game, their spirits are right up. So yeah, the very comfortable conditions, but most importantly, they're having a great time here at the Bulls Masters Country Challenge.
So Hutchings to continue. He's been quite successful from the northern end here at Solar Oval into his 5th over, 2 for 9.
Has he bowled 5 straight, Shearsy?
Yes, yeah.
So, because I think the rules are with this, he can only get to 6.
Yeah, we were discussing that a little bit earlier on. We thought 6 was the maximum for the pace bowlers.
For pace bowlers, spinners can bowl 10.
Yeah.
So anything that a keeper has to stand back to, it's 6 overs straight.
Hutchings in, full delivery out towards mid-off. Looks like the mid-off fielder lost his footing there. He's looking back.
You would have been able to bowl 10 straight then, Chris.
Yeah, that's right. He lost his footing there coming in there to go for that catch. So having a look down. Everyone that makes a little mistake like that always tends to blame the pitch or the field or their spikes.
Well, one of the groundsmen that was here this morning does have a dog that follows him around the field, so I'm hoping that wasn't involved in the slippage.
But hats off to the ground staff, because the pitches on all the fields have been amazing. Yep. The outfields are spectacular. I mean, Bundaberg Cricket really needs to be proud of their efforts in
full delivery. Mid-on, well fielded.
Yeah, needs to be proud of their efforts and everything they've done to get this carnival up and running. So hats off to the boys.
Yeah, I was saying to Creeves in yesterday's games, Steve, just to bring you up to date there, Bundaberg's had the wettest November since 1934.
Wow.
So we had over 400 mils of rain through the month of November. We had about a dozen days straight of rain. Yeah. So we've had no junior cricket down at Kendall's Flats at all. For 3 weekends, and the cricket here it's been very much on and off. So under the circumstances, with the groundsman in some cases not actually being able to get out to the wicket block to do a lot of preparation because of the weather, Paul Denning, Peter Bock have done outstanding. Lofted, and that could be the maximum. Yes, 6 runs. A lovely shot by Johnson off Hutchings, and that's the first 6 of this particular game. Hit towards the main grandstand area.
Yeah, I mean, when you hear those sort of numbers of rainfall, it's pretty crazy, really. And as Chris said, to come here and then hear that and look out over this ground now and see what fantastic condition it is, it's a pretty remarkable achievement, to be honest.
How good a shot was that from Johnson?
Yeah, very good.
Last ball of the over, Hutchins would have been wanting to get out of the over, but just sort of straight a little bit, middle and leg. But a safe shot, just because there was no fielders out there and they were all close in the ring. Just lifting it up into that breeze and letting the breeze carry it over, but he made good contact with it.
So change of bowler for the Monsoons at the southern end. Kingsley Cameron from the West Cricket Club up in Townsville coming into the attack.
Is this the first we've seen a spin today?
Yes, although it looks like he bowls some little mediums.
Oh.
Yep, he bowls some little... Caught and bowled, dropped. It was put on a dinner plate for him by young Ben Baker.
Well, I'll stand up for Kingsley here. Caught and bowls are very hard. As a bowler, Mags, you'll be able to testify. Yes. Caught and bowls are tough. So
yes, exactly.
Unlucky there, Kingsley, but we understand your pain.
Second delivery, and it's pushed out to the cover field.
This will be an important little passage of play here with the new bowler coming on to make sure that can back up the really good work that the Quicks have done to start off with, to put, the bowlers who have bowled so far, to put them in this position. So when you come on as a new bowler in these sort of situations, you've got to back up your teammates that have done the good work so far and back it up with a good spell.
Shot at the stumps, misses, and Baker gets through for a single.
So you can see that what the Monsoons are doing here, that with the Cameron coming on to bowl, hopefully they're trying to get him to bowl outside off stump. You see they've got a short cover in, and then their ring is they're in nice and tight. So get him outside off stump, just like that, making the pressure on the batsman to hit through the circle.
So it's a 6-3 field. Looks like Cameron bowls a few little dibbly-dobbly type away swingers.
I think from this end as well, it's obviously very tempting looking at that leg side field. There's a lot of space out there, but with the shape on the ball at the moment, and particularly from that line, it's going to be a fairly risky shot to try and take it across the line and also trying to hit into that breeze as well. So, it'll just be looking to really dry it up on that offside.
Did that ricochet off something?
Off the stumps.
It did come off the stumps.
Got away with a single there in the end.
We had an unusual one earlier today. There was a bowled where the ball has clipped the off stump, but the leg bail fell off.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think in the Big Bash game the other night,
wide delivery.
It might have been Andre Russell, perhaps.
I think
got
you're right.
bowled off his foot, and it hit the stumps, but it hit really hard. And I know Andrew Simons mentions it on commentary a lot about the lighted bails, the zing bails being heavier than normal bails, because it gave it a good old
nudge.
Good old nudge, and yeah, they must have had the blue tack out underneath, I think.
Solid forward defence from Baker, skipper of the Sunshine Coast Scorchers side. Completes Cameron's first over. None for 3. And the Scorchers moved along to 5 for 68, trying to dig themselves out of a little bit of trouble here.
That's an ideal start from Cameron. I know there was a wide in there, but 4 dots and two singles, but 0 for 3 with a chance as well. So that getting back to my point of making sure that you're backing up the bowlers that have come before, and that's certainly done that with that over to start off with.
And the other side of it as well is with the Sunny Coast boys to get 3 off that over when there was such a compressed field. And there was a wide in there and there was a ricochet off the stumps, but just doing that just keeps that scoreboard ticking over, keeps that pressure on.
So change of bowler for the Monsoons from the northern end here at Salter Oval. Looks like Zach Adami coming into the attack. Now just checking with one of our scorers, John Woodbury. Yep, twin brother. And looks like he rolls out some leg spinners. So Kai bowls right arm medium pace. And Zach bowls some leg breaks.
Just looking at the monitor there from behind the bowler's arm with the leg spinner utilising that breeze, actually a bit of drift into the right hander there. So if you can get a little bit of drift and hopefully see if there's any turn in this wicket, it'll be a good challenge for the batters from this end.
Good running between wickets from Ben Baker there. Pushes it into the gap, into the covers.
Both Johnson and Baker keen to use their feet here. They've come down the wicket now. And again.
Oh, a little misfield at deep mid on, and they'll pick up 2 runs. Would have been a simple single, but great running between wickets. The batters were right onto that. And Kai was the misfielder, not looking after his twin brother. There might be words over the dinner table about that tonight.
Yep. Well, they'll swap bunk beds or something. They'll get one go in the top bunk this time.
There's some twins in your team, I think.
Yeah, we do. We got the Everts twins.
Slapped out towards Cow Corner. It's moving away from Kai Adami. And it is 4 runs signalled by umpire Dudley Graham at the northern end here. Nice shot. Safe shot.
8 runs off the over there. So good over there for the Sunshine Coast gentlemen. We had a situation over at the SEQ Mackay Sundays game where the SEQ boys hit the ball out to the boundary and it looked like it was gone for 4. The umpire signalled 4, so our boys, they stopped running and then they started walking back, but the fielder picked it up, threw it in, said it wasn't 4, so they changed it, so we got no runs out of it.
Oh, no.
I hope we win by 4 runs.
Anyway, that's a good rule that you need to learn when you're young. You've got to play to the whistle, so to speak, run it out.
Please find out the name of those umpires so I can give them a bit of a serve too. Okay, Cameron in over number 2. And Baker plays a solid defensive shot there.
So they've got a short mid-wicket as well now, in for Baker. So trying to put the screws on, but the boys are finding a way to make the runs.
Yeah, I think they brought fine leg up, I think, because the offside field, I think, is the same.
Yeah.
And no fine leg.
Forward defensive shot from Baker. Being very patient. 9 off 31 deliveries.
Just keep attacking that 4th stump line. You don't have to bowl fast. You just have to line and length. You've got the ring field to set you up here. Although I don't know if the ring are very close, but they're still not even walking in with the bowler.
No, 3 statues there, weren't they, Chris?
Yeah, they don't move.
No.
But mind you, the Bulls master mentor in Luke Feldman, that's how he fielded as well. So he wouldn't walk in with the bowler. In fact, when other people, he was always anti other bowlers, so he'd misfield on purpose. That's the sort of person he was.
Yeah, well, I'd be really disappointed if I was out there fielding now, because they've taken the fine leg out, and then that means I would have to field.
You have to go do something else.
Do something else instead of just hovering down a fine leg and doing nothing.
You'd be at risk of listening to a wicketkeeper then as well, and everyone hates to do that.
Well, especially if it's Gavin Fitness.
Who was the Australian baseball coach that got heavily involved with the Bulls when around John Buchanan was?
Mike Young.
Mike Young. Now, he wasn't a big fan of the walking in type stuff, was he?
No, he tended to, he wanted movement, but it was more just almost a step into a power position, into a set position.
Basing up, I think he used the term.
Up, so he kind of felt that there was probably no need to walk, wasting energy walking 7, 8, 9 yards to end up in the same position, and he can just do it after 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And he kind of tried to coach when the ball was actually about to be struck. You're almost mid-air, so that when your feet land, you got opportunity to go either way.
Yes. Yeah, that challenged a few viewpoints in and around cricket around that time, because obviously not only was he doing the stuff with John Buchanan with Queensland Cricket, but they were also getting him in at various coaching. Full toss, hit down towards long on. Will it beat the fielder? Yes, it does. 4 runs. And going along to a lot of coaching courses and throwing that out there for the coaches to, do we take this new stuff on board that obviously is what a baseball thing is, or do we continue with what cricket traditionally does with the walking in factor?
Well, when you got someone like Andrew Simons that he would have coached that type of technique to, it's a pretty good example of the fact that there might be some merit in it.
He was a handy fielder, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was alright, wasn't he?
Yeah. Good comeback ball there after being hitting for 4 from Zach Adami. Dots it up.
Still rotating the strike here, Johnson. He's still staying on top of the runs, so using his feet, going down the ground there. Gets this one just for the single. Key wicket here. The team really need to bat around Johnson now, and what's he, 40? Ticked over to the 40 mark.
Well, the last fall of wicket was at 45, so these guys have established a nice little partnership.
Throw just off line there. If that was on line, he may have been a bit in trouble there, Johnson.
I know Baker, he's striking 10 off 36 balls, but it just probably goes to show also the importance of actually having someone at the other end while a set batsman is scoring a little bit more freely, because that just helped to build that partnership and get that
whack down to long on.
thought I might have done a commentator's curse there. But,
Yeah.
Thankfully not.
It's interesting looking around the grounds, trying to gauge what totals the boys will be looking at here, the teams batting first. What would be a total that would be, something that they could easily defend. I'm thinking the backfields are a little bit smaller, so but out here 150 would be a goal. And I think I'm not sure what now the Sunshine Coast boys will be thinking. Might still be after 150, and they can certainly do that with Johnson in the key is, I think, at this stage, Johnson and only 5 wickets down. So that if they can keep the 5 wickets down right to the end, their last 10 overs perhaps, then they can escalate the run rate a little bit. But they seem to be going all right at the moment. They're still, although there was a maiden there from Cameron before, so he'd be looking to back that up now.
And Cameron, yes, back into the attack. To continue the attack, I should say, from the southern end, or the to Calvin Street gate end of Salter Oval. And he'll be bowling to Johnson, the in-form on strike. Johnson, 41 off 56, over number 25, and 5 for 85. Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, I think if the batting pair can... one thing that's probably important is to not actually worry about the fact that it was a maiden bowled, because it is just 6 balls out of 300. And I know I spoke to our lads this morning about just how long 50 overs actually is. It's a really, really long... It's actually, it's quite a long time. Everyone's used to playing T20 cricket these days, and it's all over pretty quickly, and then you suddenly come back and play a 50 over game and it feels like you're out there for 4 days. And it's okay to respect a good over from a bowler, because you can always play catch up later in the innings.
Yeah, good call, Steve.
He's got a lot of good calls, hasn't he, Cheersy? Very knowledgeable man. 1,000 first-class wickets, played Queensland, Western Australia, England, for just about every county going around. Were you part of the Yorkshire county that, in all the trouble that they've been in? No?
Certainly not, mate.
No?
Certainly not.
I wouldn't think you would be,
No.
Steve. I'll tell you what, I was walking past the Monsoon shed this morning, and I heard some ranting and raving. I thought, what's going on there? He's trying to rev up the team, and go in there and you see Feldman. He's throwing pads around and caps around, trying to get these boys up for the game. Seems to have worked though. He's got them up and going. The big burly policeman that he is. He's got them going. So he'd be happy at 5 for 85, wouldn't he? Would you think?
You'd hope so.
Yeah. Although he does have high standards.
Cameron, very steady. 5 dots, following up from his previous over, which was a maiden.
And this is an important ball for him as well, actually, just to finish off this over. Get out the over, there'll be 2 maidens on the trot, and again, doing his job to perfection, really.
Just bowling some little outies, keeping the batsman honest. And we've put the commentator's curse on the bowler this time. And the batters pick up just the 2 runs. Finish off the over.
Still a very good over, though. Very good over.
3 overs for Cameron, none for 5. And, that lovely number for the Scorchers, 5 for 87. I'm sure Luke Feldman would be hoping that Devil's number comes into play very, very shortly for his North Queensland Monsoons.
I wonder if there's been any banter between the Bulls Masters mentors of Ben Lachlan and Fox Feldman. So they've been at each other's throats over years, and they've played in teams together, no doubt, and against each other more so. But yeah, I know Lachlan was very confident coming into this morning, after the win last night. So
he was very happy at breakfast, wasn't he?
He was very happy at breakfast. Yeah, very happy.
And sporting the hat that he's been sporting today.
Yeah,
his happy hat, the Chad Morgan style hat.
You have to be feeling pretty confident to pull that one off.
As I was driving to the ground this morning, I could not help but notice. Oh, lovely shot by Ben Baker. Turns it around the corner, 4 runs. Couldn't help but notice Ben Lachlan walking down the main street of Bundaberg, sporting the Chad Morgan style hat.
It got a bit embarrassing though when people started throwing coins at him. What a great shot there by Benny Baker. Just picked his shot, picked his zone, got inside, and keeping that scoreboard ticking over.
Now the North Queensland Monsoon skipper Ben Ramsbotham probably has to make a little bit of a decision at the end of this over in regards to their leg spinner Zach Adami. He has bowled some good deliveries, but he's also gone for a few runs off his couple of overs. It'll be interesting to see what decision he makes as far as does he give Zach Adami another trundle at the northern end, or does he make a bowling change?
There's been real intent from the batters against the spinner, as Creeves mentioned earlier, using their feet. Another example that they're pushing hard for singles.
Well fielded.
Because obviously they know they're getting restricted at the other end by some good bowling as well. And they are ticking over from the other end, but they're being positive. They're not just letting the leg spinner bowl at them. They're being efficient with their footwork. They playing around with the mid-on fielder being back or being up in the ring, and then when there's been any freebies given, they've made sure that they've cashed in on it.
Hey mate, what's the score?
Skipper for the Monsoons has pushed back long on and deep mid-wicket to the boundary, and Johnson knocks it over through mid-wicket and pick up a single. I think you'll find those fielders will come back into the fielding ring for Baker. Yes, they do.
Thanks, mate. I'll give you a call again later.
And they've just left the one out at deep mid-wicket for Baker, right in front of the main grandstand. And that completes the Adami over. 3 overs, none for 23. And Sunshine Coast 5 for 93 after over number 26.
And I can give an update of the SEQ. Mackay with Sunday's SEQ are 3 for 92 off 29. So it's fought back well there, Mags. Your boys?
Yeah, they have. Drinks break team talk obviously went pretty well. They don't always go that way. But no, like I said earlier, it's been a pretty even contest over there this morning so far. And from your point of view, Creeves, you guys have still got a pretty decent platform there with the amount of overs left to set up that last 10, as you say. Particularly with that shorter side, it's probably going to be the target side heading down breeze to that short boundary. We've already seen one ball go over onto the road, so hopefully not too many more, and a few of them this afternoon.
Full toss, driven to mid-off, not taken full advantage of, and Johnson gets through for the single. In the other game, over on field 3, Wide Bay Flames up against the Far North Fusion. Actually, they're firing through their overs over there. They're 32 overs gone. Wide Bay 4 for 93. Corey Pope 23 runs, who batted so well last night for the Flames in the T20 game. He's out, but Curtis Farrell batting at 3, currently 40 not out, holding the side together. And from a bowling perspective, wickets have been shared around between McGinty, Hanlon and the skipper Beach for the Far North Fusion. Cameron in, right arm over the wicket. Full toss, and Baker hits it straight to point. Very disappointed with himself there. Baker playing the shot that he thought he should have played.
Played a really good supportive innings here. So, to be honest, coming in and all we've seen so far, Mags, is the Sunshine Coast boys on top, really. Rotate the strike really well and haven't lost a wicket.
Yeah, no, spot on. Like I said, been a really good partnership. From a tricky situation, having to rebuild from there. They certainly will be expecting to go on with this for quite a while longer, and Johnson's been playing very well. He's been patient, waited for the ball to be in the right area for him to take advantage of, and he's not trying to force the scoring rate. And Baker's obviously giving him a great supporting role there as well. Wouldn't have been good for the Scorchers if, when this partnership started, if there was panic that set in and suddenly you end up 7 down, 7 for 60 or something like that. So really good fight back.
So, as we mentioned, the skipper for the Monsoons, Ben Ramsbotham, has made that decision to take Zach Adami out of the attack from bowling his right arm leg spinners, and probably much to his displeasure has been replaced by his twin brother Kai Adami here at the northern end, who did that little misfield earlier on. Was there a plan? Because Kai has bowled tremendously well thus far in the Scorchers innings. He's back into the attack.
What I do like for the Monsoons is with their field placings is they're still staying positive and attacking, because they've got the slip placed in there. It could be quite easy for them just to take that out and ring up the leg side field as well. But it shows to me that they're still trying to not only contain the scoring rate, but they're still out there to take wickets, and keeping that catcher in there I think is a really good move.
How often though, Mags, do you see and catch in the slips this age group?
Very good point. Not often.
Not often. If a nick goes there,
yeah,
it's more often put down.
Well, we should have had one in our game this morning, Creeves. One went down.
We had one this morning.
No, we should.
Second slip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
second
slip. A diving effort to the fielder's left. Outstanding catch.
It's behind square here for 2.
I think with that fine leg field, it's quite a big boundary out there, and he's starting on the actual fence, so it could probably be worth. I think he might be worth just starting in. He has done actually. That'd just be 2 every single time otherwise.
Dami bangs that one into the wicket. Defensive shot played by Johnson. 47 off 70. Baker 17 off 46. Both these batsmen been very, very patient. Johnson has been the mainstay of the Scorchers innings. And plays that flourishing shot over mid-wicket to the
bring up his 50
boundary. And there's 50 runs to Johnson. He's quite happy with himself. Raising the bat to all of his fans in the grandstand.
He's half the runs.
That's a wonderful shot.
Drifting on his pads again, just flicking it up into that, or using that breeze as well. Didn't hit it as well as the last one, or didn't hit it as high last one when he cleared the pickets. But very safe shot over the top of short mid-wicket to the boundary for 4. Bring up his 50.
And very flamingo-like with that leg lift after he plays the shot.
It's the trend these days, isn't it?
Well,
with the modern player.
I think I can remember McGoffin doing that when he lifting your leg. Oh, was that when you ran to square leg?
Facing
anyone.
It was avoiding the ball. No, I tended to operate with the theory that if I stayed leg side of the ball, I could cut every single ball. And it restricted the chance for the ball to actually hit me.
Full toss, and Baker takes full advantage of that loose delivery. One of the few loose deliveries from Cameron, and he smacks that down to the vacant fine leg boundary. Takes full toll of that delivery, 4 runs.
I must say though, as a young player, the man to my left, Brendan Creevy, I was a very young player, starting my career in first grade, and Brendan and his fellow barrage of fast bowlers out at Sandgate Redcliffe, Brisbane, they were just bullies basically. It's probably the best way to describe it. You know, we were a young team and just trying to make our way in the game, and it wasn't overly pleasant on occasions.
Steve, we're just trying to teach you how to play the game, and it's obviously worked with 1,000 first-class wickets.
You certainly taught me how to play the game. You certainly taught me a few other things as well, mate.
Who else was in the Sandgate Redcliffe attack with you then, Creeves, in and around that time?
Didn't have too many first-class cricketers. Brett Mortimer, who's been around the scene for a long time in clubland.
Yeah, played a lot of cricket early with Brett Mortimer through sub-district cricket in Brisbane, which is where he more or less started.
Yeah. And another young bloke called Paul Pink, who tragically was killed in a motor accident. No ball.
So we got the umpire having a chat to the bowler Cameron here.
Must have been a front foot no ball there.
Still chatting to him. Free hit.
Is he saying there's a front foot no, or was he saying that he hit the stumps? Because he was pointing at the stumps there, but the bar wasn't dislodged.
Paul Pink, he was a good supporter of women's cricket too, wasn't he?
Yeah, they've named the Paul Pink Shield after him. So he's got his name will be forever emblazoned in women's cricket because he did a lot of selecting for Queensland and also coaching in women's cricket in the early days. It's certainly grown a lot of legs since then, so he was one of the early adopters and helping out. We also then had our spinning options. Trevor Hones in the very early days went on and played Test cricket and then had an illustrious career as Australian selector. And Matt Anderson, who played a fair bit for Queensland as well, left arm orthodox.
Originated from the Northern Territory, Matt Anderson?
Yes, you're right.
Nathan Remington started to come on the scene in and around when I started to play as well.
Yes.
And destroyed us in a A-grade final out at Allan Border Field when we were chasing, I think, only 80 to win, and we were bowled out for 31.
Wow.
Who was the coach that day? Do you remember?
Of your team?
Yeah.
My guess, Kenny Dixon?
No.
Here we go. Brendan Creevy.
That was my first year of coaching.
Why did I bring it up?
Nathan Remington hasn't not long retired from playing Brisbane first grade cricket, has he?
Well, Mags would know a bit more because he accepted he came back from WA and played one season in Brisbane grade cricket and was included in second 11. He wasn't because it was only a short-term thing. He wasn't going to be placed into the Bulls.
Yes.
They didn't see it as a longer-term option because he had a 2-year contract in England, which I believe ended last year. So I'm not quite sure where he's at at the moment.
Yeah, I think he was at Durham.
Okay.
For that stint.
That's fantastic running between wickets. Well done, gentlemen.
Rimo would have been an absolute nightmare to face up in Durham.
Yeah.
On that wicket in those conditions up there with a Duke ball, he would have been an absolute handful.
And he learned how to bowl in England really quickly.
Yeah.
Instead of going off the long run, the wise old heads got to him after a few games and shortened his run up so he could extend his career over there and had quite a successful stint. So Yeah, I'm not sure where Remo's at the moment. Haven't touched base for a little while.
Did they use the Duke ball in Brisbane Premier Cricket at any time?
Yeah.
So I knew they did the experiment at first class level, the two halves of the seasons, Sheffield Shield, half with Cookers, half with Duke. But did they use Duke in Brisbane grade cricket, first grade cricket, Premier cricket?
They did for 2 seasons ago. They used it for half a season, and then they didn't use it last year. So you could certainly tell the difference, though. Teams that had the very solid Baker in his defence there. Teams that had swing bowlers were able to really benefit from the introduction of the Duke ball, which does swing a lot in comparison to the Kookaburra turf.
I think Luke Feldman that year, I think even after Christmas might have taken about 30 wickets in the half a dozen games after Christmas.
Unplayable. And Scotty Walter.
Scotty Walter from the University Cricket Club.
Was it exactly the same type of Duke that they use in English county cricket? Because I know in the West Indies they use a Duke, but it's slightly different. It's got a slightly different lacquer.
Yep. I'm not sure, actually.
To last a little bit long.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. They use the same in the GPS competition for the schoolboys.
Yeah, I think Darren Holder had a little bit to do with the involvement in getting that ball. Just remember having a chat with Stubby, as he's appropriately called.
Yeah.
He was heavily involved as the head of cricket at Brisbane Grammar School.
Right.
And I think, obviously, with his connections with Queensland cricket and obviously also being involved in West Indian cricket, he was able to, let's say, strike a deal.
Yep.
To get the Duke ball involved in GPS cricket.
Another lovely little shot there from Baker, finishing that over out. 5 for 109.
Good over from Adami. 7 overs, 3 for 25. Only 3 runs off that particular over from Kai. 30 overs, 5 for 109, and these two batsmen are continually digging the Scorchers out of the trouble that they were in. Very patient partnership.
I think Baker's is starting now to find more of his scoring options as well. As Cree said, there's a lovely little guide through the point area there, and so he's hit that gap really nicely. And he's obviously starting to creep up his scoring rate a little bit as well, which shows that he's developing his confidence in probably the way the pitch is playing and with the way the partnership has developed as well.
So double bowling change here. Cameron goes out of the attack for the North Queensland Monsoons. Back into the attack is number 11, Jeremy Harding from the Wanderers Cricket Club up there in Townsville, who opened the bowling in his first spell. 5 overs, none for 17. It's quite solid, quite economical.
So that's saying we've got to do something now. You know, Luke Feldman's probably down there barking orders as he does. Let's do something. Let's make a change. You see him down there behind the bowler. Wouldn't surprise me if he's doing coaching down there.
On-field coaching.
On-field coaching, which obviously is not allowed.
Officer Feldman directing traffic.
Yep.
Oh!
That's a big wicket.
Ask and you shall receive.
Well, you can see the disappointment there from Johnson. He's still at the crease. He can't believe he tried to lift that over the top, but, well, what a bowling change, hey? Bring back the opening bowler, try to make the breakthrough. What a great job.
Feldman does again.
Feldman does it again. Look at him strutting down there on the boundary too.
And like
Masters Country Challenge, he's carrying a couple of watermelons under those arms.
So the new batsman to the crease for the Sunshine Coast Scorchers, number 6, Talon Reichert. Another one of the Sunshine Coast players sporting the Jason Donovan, Guy Pearce style mullet or Malay.
Actually, just after that wicket, there was some good sportsmanship there by the keeper there, just to obviously noticing the disappointment in the batsman getting that to that half century, then losing his wicket, and just gave him a tap on the shoulder and probably said well done, and probably shows the the nature of this competition as well.
Dropping his bat.
He's decided to stop, pick it up after it bounced a couple of times, and he still made it.
It's obviously going to be very competitive. We all know that, because all the lads are competitive, and so are the coaches, to be honest. But but I think the good thing is we all know that the way in which the carnival will be played, and that's going to be in really good spirits, between good interaction between all the sides.
Oh, nice delivery, worth the shout, and a little bit of a misfield, and they sneak through. Let's look at the umpire's signal. Yep, leg by.
Got in each other's way there a little bit, but hasn't he come on to? He's made a difference. He's sparked the Monsoons up again. He's a big lad as well. He'll be one of the, because the northern Queensland teams, they're all having a representative team picked out of this, so that so we've got